My name is Brian Lockwood. I'm the IT director at Nanjing International School. And probably the website you want to use is www.nanjing-school.com. And what I find remarkable, actually, in the last year is actually being at this school and all the neat little projects that are happening with education and technology. We have this group that meets every Friday, and we share different learning experiences that happen in the classroom. And just the other day, we had one teacher share a video, and it was called the Rock Cycle. And it was just fantastic, the video that was produced. It explained the rock cycle in such an interesting and fascinating way. And what was interesting was actually hearing also how the student made it. And I think they used photo booth and iMovie and sped up the whole thing and put music to it. But it was one of those sharing moments that you would like to see other people quickly see it rapidly. So that was just last week. And then the other things that are just happening constantly is the level of technology integration happening at Nanjing International School is just astounding. And we have one dedicated person just dealing with the integration of technology in the classroom. And I'm always reminded of the amazing things that are happening because we have coffee mornings with parents. So every month we meet with the parents and we try to bring in a class example of how technology is being used in the classroom. Mm-hmm. And then they see that student work, then we actually do that student work with the teachers. So we take that lesson and then have them involved in that lesson. And it's just the amount of stuff that is happening here is amazing.
It seems that in your two wishes, or your two stars, sorry, that they're both to do with trying to informalize the way that we learn from each other. So instead of having to go to big, expensive conferences and stay in Marriott's and Hilton's, instead we're able to have some of our most powerful learning experiences over a cup of coffee or in an informal staff meeting. So two wonderful kind of stars there. What is your wish? What could we be doing a little bit better?
Well, there's always good things happening, you know, and I gave you two examples. I've got so many other examples of informalized learning. How do I get the neat things that are happening in the school shared with the rest of the world? And we've got the constraints of being in China, so Twitter is not, I'm on it because I love it. Mm-hmm. So how do we get the good things that are happening in the school shared amongst the rest of the world? Because it's just a hidden gem, the kind of stuff that is happening here. So it's sharing the love of what's happening here with the rest of the world.
Do you think, when I was with Mark Prensky, probably about 5 years ago now, in a round table, and he said something at the time that really struck me. It was this idea of if you had a video recorder in every classroom, then that would probably be enough to start solving some of the education problems that we have in our schools. Do you think that it would maybe just now don't need a video recorder so much as the ability to write in 140 characters or take a quick photograph with your mobile phone and share that with the world? Do you think that's enough, or do you think that
I think you need a little bit more, and that's one of the things I'm trying to do a bit here. When I was at Yokohama International School, we would actually video a lot of our meetings, and I was amazed at the really interesting conversations, and those are like an hour long sessions, and there's such deep conversations. And yes, the Twitter would send out the initial invite to get people involved, and we would sometimes get people from different parts of the world being part of that conversation. That made that such a rich experience, and I would be interested to know how that could be replicated in the classroom. I haven't seen that, but I don't think Twitter is enough. It gets people started and invited and initiated into the activity,